Hey everyone, I'm Silvana, coming at you with another tutorial review. You all loved the last one I did, and honestly, I also loved sharing my thoughts with you all. So I thought I would continue with this series. So if you know any other tutorials that you would like me to give my thoughts on, make sure you leave me a comment. I'm scouring YouTube to see which tutorials are awesome and for me to promote, or which tutorials are misinformation and could potentially hurt you. So let's get into this. Kick higher without flexibility. So automatically that title is like pretty catchy and, clickbaity. Not sure how I feel about this. Not sure what he's gonna say about kicking higher without flexibility. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna give it a chance and see what the contents of this is. But off rip, I'm thinking maybe just clickbait. Let's go.
Welcome to the Karate Playbook, where we help you gain your edge in martial arts training and for competition. My wife Kelly and I did a video on how to become a little bit more flexible to help you kick a little bit higher. I'm not super flexible, but I can still kick high, and some of you are asking for some tips on how to kick high regardless of your flexibility. So in this video, I'm gonna give you an idea.
Immediate thoughts are, I'm glad that I obviously haven't looked at the flexibility tutorial that he's talking about or that video. I'm glad he's already touching on the fact that he does have another video regarding flexibility and stretching for kicks. Maybe I'll check that out another time. But the fact that he's saying that he's not flexible but can kick high, I'm curious about that.
Idea to think about, and one training drill that can help you improve your height of your kicks. So this concept that we're talking about is the idea that you don't necessarily need a lot of flexibility. What you need is leg strength. Thinking that you can't kick high because of your flexibility, what you might be lacking is the strength in certain muscles. You might have really strong quads and you might be strong overall, but there are some very specific muscles that you use for kicking that you might not have strengthened in the way that you need. And another thing that might be holding us back.
Okay, so immediate thoughts here are, I agree where a lot of people don't understand or don't realize what they're lacking when they're trying to kick high is they do lack leg strength, exactly what he was saying. But you do need to have the flexibility as well. So usually those who have that flexibility and that range of motion, but they aren't strong enough to physically get their leg up to hold a kick that high. So still unsure where the lack of flexibility is coming in here. So we'll see.
Back is the fact that we might be too tense while we're kicking. So the drill we're going to talk about in just a second is going to help you with your relaxation, but also it'll strengthen those muscles that you use specifically for the action of kicking. Now,
relaxation and kicks. I could honestly say I don't get it. I don't understand what that means at all. So this might be a new concept for me. So let's listen to this and let's see what kind of relaxation tips he has for kicking. Cause we'll see how this goes. Curious. Now you got me super curious.
Now, before we do the actual drill, just keep in mind, if you want to stay relaxed and you want to be loose during your motions, you need to be properly warmed up and stretched out to the best of your ability beforehand so those muscles can have enough blood flowing through them where they're not going to worry about tearing, all right?
Love that. Warm up, make sure that you're super warm before doing any type of movement like this. Good job to him for saying that. Yes, good.
So when you pull a muscle too fast for its comfort, it's going to fight back because it knows that it's going too far. And then if you're working on the strength of your muscles for those kicks, work on a lot of explosion work to get the leg up there, but also just very specific static exercises to really strengthen the stabilization of those muscles in a way that is very specific for kicking. All right, so as we jump into this drill, just keep in mind that at no point in this video did I say that we're working on balance. On one thing, try not to make it so you have to think about a whole bunch of different things. So if I'm working on leg strength, we're gonna take the balance factor out.
Yes, good. I love that. So many people, whenever I utilize the wall or a chair or something of that nature, they're like, well, you don't have balance. And it's like, no, you're practicing one specific thing to make that one thing better. So also love that he touched on that. Yes, if you're working on whatever you're specifying or whatever you're specifically working on, you can take balance out of the equation, and then you could pop it back into the equation at a later time when you feel like you're starting to master what you're working on, like that strength or whatever.
And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one hand on the chair, I'm gonna bring my foot up and just set it up on this bag.
First thought is, I know he mentioned that he's not flexible, and I don't know what his target audience is, because when he's talking about this, he is talking about people that are not flexible. And if we're talking about the non-flexible, if you're super stiff, he's already almost kicking his head height, which although isn't all the way up like those show-stopping performance kicks that are like 180, this is still pretty high for our beginners. So I would say we'll see what the drill actually is and what he's going to do with this. But starting that high for someone who lacks flexibility is already very tough, if not impossible. So we'll see what he does with this drill.
Relax here and try to get comfortable. Relax long enough for it to be kind of comfortable and you're not tensing up. So if your muscles start to fight back, make sure you lower it down, find a lower surface, or have your training partner kind of squat down a little bit. All right, now
Okay, so we touched on if you're less flexible and if you're feeling tense. I'm just not sure if they could even if the target audience here, again, I'm just gonna say, I don't quite understand who we're talking to. If it is, or if we are starting with extreme lack of flexibility, you're always gonna feel like you're tense in these movements. So we'll see. What is he gonna do here?
All I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna start to bend this bottom leg and pull this stretch a little bit more. Now, again, we're not really working on flexibility right now, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna now try to pick our foot up off of the bag like this and hold it for, let's say, 10 seconds, and then you're gonna set it back down and then kind of relax and get kind of comfortable again. So I'm gonna go tense these muscles and lift that leg, hold it, and then bring.
I love this drill. I do this drill personally a lot and often, but I just don't think that he's labeling it well. He's not explaining this to the best of, I guess, accurately, in my opinion. He specifically said he's not working on flexibility, but this is a flexibility drill in itself. So having your foot up, that's passive flexibility. And then when he's lifting it, he's engaging and contracting. That could be almost an iso stretch in itself, where you're holding, contracting, and then releasing the muscle. So yes, this is an amazing strength drill, but this is actually, in fact, a stretching and flexibility drill as well.
Bring it right back down. Now, when you're done, try not to drop your foot off to the side. Do your best to pick it up and pull it back and set it down.
Love that. Also, stay true to the form of your kicks and make sure that you're balanced and doing things properly. So a lot of the time we'll just drop our leg and just be like, oh, okay, it's done, shake it off, whatever. But you need to make sure that you're rechambering every single time to make sure that you're keeping or maintaining good habits for when you actually throw your kicks. Now, just going back to the beginning of his video where he's saying there needs to be relaxation, I'm still not seeing that. This type of drill is actually very difficult, and lifting it off of a platform is extremely hard to do. So I'm really not sure I still don't know what he means by relaxation when you're doing this. This is a very hard drill for all levels, including myself. So we'll see. Maybe he'll tie it in and explain it at the end. I know he said where your foot is starting off you need to be relaxed. But the whole drill in itself is tense. And then you do relax the muscle after the tensing, but it's still not I don't know what he means by relax. I'm not getting it. I don't know.
With control. So do this, try it out. Let me know if you do something like this already.
Okay, so he didn't tie in relaxation at the end, and I'm still left kind of question marks all over my head. I'm still unsure as to what he means there, but I think that he just doesn't quite know the different types of stretching that there is. And if he does, then it just wasn't communicated in this specific tutorial. Again, I haven't checked out any of his other forms of content at all. This is literally just my opinion based off of what he said in this video. So in this video, again, tying back to the title of this video saying kick higher without flexibility or increasing flexibility, that in itself, that title is clickbaity and misinformed, because that drill, the one drill that he shows us in this video, is in fact a flexibility drill. And without increasing your flexibility, you will unfortunately not be able to kick higher. Yes, you do need other aspects to be strengthened or worked on, including your balance, your strength, and things of that nature. And also just knowing your technique really well. But you need flexibility. You need that range of motion to be able to even get your foot up in the first place. So overall, I love that he said warm up. A lot of people kind of glaze that over, and it's super important. And I like that he's touching on the strength aspect, but again, you do need flexibility to kick higher. Like I said at the beginning, if you have a tutorial that you would like my thoughts and for me to review, make sure to link it in the comments. And before we go, I'm going to do my Patreon shout out of the week. Thank you so much, Lion, for being on my Patreon page and making videos like these possible. I appreciate you more than you know. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.